Giants fans, kind of an impromptu video here. There's something that's been on my mind, and I feel like I just got to get it off my chest and hear what you guys have to say about it. And I feel like Giants fans have been lied to ever since Brian Daboll became head coach of the New York Football Giants. What was the narrative when he was hired, and what was the narrative from the media when he was hired? When he was the offensive coordinator for the Bills for 4 years. Someone that was known to be this offensive guru, this guy that's a quarterback whisperer, someone that turned Josh Allen into Josh Allen. And we brought him in here to fix our offense and do the same thing for Daniel Jones. But I don't think a lot of Giants fans know exactly where Brian Daboll comes from and his origins as a play caller and his origins as an offensive coordinator. So let's dive into that, and you guys can decide for yourself if I'm overreacting or if you guys might agree that we have a fraud sitting in that Giants building right now, and someone that I personally don't believe in. So let's get into it. So where did Brian Daboll get his start as a play caller? Well, in 2009, he's hired by the Cleveland Browns to be their offensive coordinator / play caller. Can you guess what his offensive ranking was that year? Well, he averaged 15.3 points a game, which was 29th in the NFL. First year, okay? Mulligan, right? You're learning. What do you do year two? So the Browns end up drafting Colt McCoy, and as Giants fans, we're very familiar with Colt McCoy. Browns end up drafting Colt McCoy in 2010. Brian Daboll's the play caller, offensive coordinator. They averaged 16.9 points a game, which was 31st in the NFL. Now, at this point, the Browns are like, you know what? I feel like we can do better. Obviously, we feel like we have some talent on this team, and you're not getting the most out of it. So where does he go? He gets fired. He gets hired by the Miami Dolphins, and he averaged 20.6 points a game as their offensive coordinator and play caller, which was 20th in the NFL. And he went from 31st to 20th in the NFL. But look, 20th in the NFL is still below average. Okay, so after 1 year, Brian Daboll gets let go from the Miami Dolphins, and where does he go? He goes to the Chiefs, and he's the Chiefs play caller and offensive coordinator for 1 year. And in that 1 year, no wonder why it was only 1 year, he averaged 13.3 points a game, which was 32nd in the NFL that year. So he gets fired. He probably gets that whole coaching staff fired. He's probably the reason why Andy Reid got a job there in the first place. So he leaves, he gets fired, and where does he go? He goes to Bama. He goes to Nick Saban. He becomes the offensive coordinator for the Crimson Tide. And I don't know if he was the offensive coordinator the whole time he was there, but for a portion of the time he was there, he was the offensive play caller. And I'm not going to get into the numbers about college because that's not the NFL. Anyway, so for 5 years, from 2013 to 2017, he's working in Bama. Okay? He comes back into the league and gets hired by the Buffalo Bills in 2018 in Josh Allen's rookie season. And in Josh Allen's rookie season, they averaged 16.8 points a game. 30th in the NFL, Josh Allen's rookie season. Yep, sounds like a real quarterback whisperer. Sounds like someone that's really able to take pieces and get the most out of them. I would want him as my head coach, right? So they bring him back in 2019, and in 2019 they averaged 19.6 points a game, which was 23rd in the NFL. Still hasn't cracked 20s yet. His whole career, he hasn't cracked the 20th most potent offense in the NFL. Yet he's still getting jobs. Okay? So year two of Josh Allen, okay, 23rd in the NFL. Now they bring him back for year 3 of Josh Allen, and this is where things start to take off. But what changes in year 3 of Josh Allen? They bring in Stephon Diggs. And with Stephon Diggs, they averaged 31.3 points a game, which was 2nd in the NFL. So you have Josh Allen finally hitting his stride, finally getting comfortable in the NFL and learning to be a quarterback. And then you bring in a top-notch wide receiver, a top-notch weapon like Stephon Diggs to help him out. How much do you give that to Brian Daboll? Okay? This is the first time he's been ranked higher than 20 in his entire career as a play caller and as an offensive coordinator. So Bills bring him back for his 4th and final year with the Bills. And in that year, they averaged 28.4 points a game, which was third in the NFL. And at this point, 2 solid years, NFL's looking at him like, oh, this guy might have some promise. He might be like the next big thing. He might be the next Sean McVay. He might be the next, name your offensive head coach that, revolutionizes the game. That's what we thought we were getting when we hired Brian Daboll. But little did we realize that for like 99% of his career, he was a below average offensive coordinator and play caller. And he had to have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs build his career for him. So, first year with the Giants, 2022, we averaged 21.5 points a game, which was 15th in the NFL. So, it's not horrible. It's about, league average. But a caveat to that first season, who was calling the plays? That was Mike Kafka's year calling plays. So, I'm not even giving that to Brian Daboll. And so, we bring him back thinking, he wins coach of the year. Everyone's super excited. The Giants fans think we're going places. And what do we do in year 2 of Brian Daboll? Well, we suffer some injuries. Brian Daboll strips play calling from Mike Kafka, and we average 15.6 points a game when we have Tyrod Taylor and, Tommy DeVito out there for us for the majority of the year. And if you're an offensive coordinator, or if you're supposed to be this guru, this guy that's supposed to be this quarterback whisperer and supposed to be able to get the most out of his quarterbacks, we're averaging 15 points a game. 30th in the NFL. Now let's go to this year. This year, through 7 games, we're averaging 14.1 points a game, which is 30th in the NFL. So back-to-back years, so far, we're going to be averaging 30th in the NFL offensively when we're supposed to have this offensive guru, this offensive mastermind as our head coach. This motherfucker's this man is a fraud. I do not want him coaching my team, and I do not want him to be the influence on the rookie quarterback we have coming in most likely next season. And you guys are probably going to have something to say about that. You're going to have your own opinions. But look at his track record. Until he had Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen that hit his stride, he wasn't able to do shit. He got let go after 1 or 2 years everywhere he went. And now we hired him, the fucking clowns that we are, we hired him as our head coach to save our offense. We hired this motherfucker that was averaging like 13, 15, 16 points a game each year to be the guy that we invite in here to be the savior of our offense, to be able to develop Daniel Jones. Well, I call fucking bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that, and I call bullshit that John Mara came out publicly and said that basically Brian Daboll is safe throughout this year and in going into next year. Who are the fans going to blame when we bring in somebody and they're struggling? Because this guy's not an offensive coordinator that's worth having as a head coach. He's not a guy that I would, leave in a room with my rookie quarterback. That's up to you guys. Tell me what you guys think. I'm just fed up with this organization. I'm fed up with this franchise. I'm fed up that we can't just get somebody that's proven, someone that can come in here that has a proven track record and get this team on track. Because Brian Daboll doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And we're running out of time. We're wasting the best years of some of our best players because of this guy. Because of this stubborn motherfucker that we have as our head coach, an offensive coordinator and play caller. So we can all blame Daniel Jones. He's a big part of it. He's to blame. But when he's gone, he throws people under the bus. Daniel Jones is going to be the guy that he throws under the bus this year because he's not going to bench him. If he benches him, it's just going to prove everybody's point because everyone's like, oh, put Tommy in there, put Drew Lock in there. If Daniel Jones is holding you back, get someone that can actually push the ball downfield. Well, if we bring in those guys and they suck, people are going to be like, oh, I thought you were an offensive mastermind. I thought you were a QB whisperer. Why are you not getting the most out of these guys when they've had success in the past? Just some food for thought. Appreciate you guys stopping in, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.